You are experiencing the home THX audio system. The THX system was designed for movie theaters to reproduce sound precisely the way it was created in the sound studio. Today, the same high standards of quality have been brought from the theater into the home. To better appreciate the concept of THX, let's take a look at how a film soundtrack is created.
Okay. 150.
Right. 738, take 4. Action! Explosion!
The final soundtrack of a motion picture is created after the movie has been filmed. What you are hearing is the original recording made on the set.
Okay, look up.
Look up, gents.
They're coming up above you. Okay, look at the door.
This production sound is often incomplete and of poor quality.
Mother!
Dialogue is often drowned out by the noises on the set. Sound effects needed to create a sense of realism are missing.
This ship carries the crest of Aldrin, with any of the royal family on board.
Often a voice is temporary and will be replaced later by another actor.
Start tearing this ship apart until you find those things. Find the passengers of this vessel. I want them alive!
Dialogue may be missing altogether. In this scene, the director speaks R2-D2's lines.
You're lucky to get out of there. Anything broken?
Scenes involving miniatures and animation have no production sound. The hundreds of sounds that a scene like this requires must be created back in the sound studio. To understand the process, let's follow step by step how the soundtrack for this scene is put together. First, we analyze the production sound. This is what it sounded like on the set.
Small world, Dr. Jones.
Too small for two of us.
This is the second time I've had to reclaim my property from you.
It belongs in a museum.
So do you. I'm over the side.
Because of the noise made by the machines used to create the wind and waves, this production sound is useful only as a guide. It will take the fabrication of new dialogue, sound effects, and music to complete the scene. The first step is to re-record the dialogue.
Small world, Dr. Jones.
Too small for two of us.
The actors are brought into the sound studio. While watching the scene projected, they record their words again, in sync with the original dialogue.
This is the second time I've had to reclaim my property from you.
That belongs in a museum.
So do you. Throw him over the side.
This process is called looping, or ADR, Automated Dialogue Replacement. Now the addition of the sound effects begins. The sounds are organized into layers, groups of similar sound that for creative flexibility are kept on separate tracks. This layer is made up of footsteps, prop handling, and body movement. It is called Foley. These effects are best achieved by performing the sound while watching the picture. This way, timings and textures can be fine-tuned and perfected. The next layer of sound includes specific crashes, body hits, and face punches. These sounds come from a library of pre-recorded sounds or are provided by the sound designer. The sound designer is an artist who creates customized sound effects, like these face punches. Each sound has been recorded onto a piece of magnetic film. Now the sound editor selects a sound and plays it along with the picture. Once the sound has been put in the proper sync position, it is marked, cut, and spliced into its own separate track. Dozens of tracks, all playing at once, will comprise the sound for a given layer of the soundtrack. One layer is just the wind. Another layer is the creaking ship and the rolling barrels. Then comes the water. The sound of a lion roar has been added to give the waves massive power. Sharp metal hits and the sound of railroad cars coupling are added to the ship explosion. Bubbles from a jacuzzi are used to create the sound of the sinking ship. Now comes the music.
Same thing here. When you sing this tune,
The score is timed precisely to the picture action. Once the music, dialogue, and sound effects recordings had been synchronized, the mixers go to work, blending all these elements together. The mixers have control over the volume and tone quality of each track. They listen as if they were the audience in the theater. They make a composite recording, and the soundtrack is now complete.
Small world, Dr. Jones.
Too small for two of us.
Sound is that substance that binds images together, providing continuity, unseen detail, and emotional cues which enhance the drama. Sound and image have a special magic of their own. While sound and image have a special magic all their own, the THX audio system delivers it with startling realism. Listen to your favorite films exactly as the filmmakers intended, with crisp, clear dialogue, wider dynamic range, and high-fidelity sound that draws you into the action.